Okay. So, like I was saying, if you do the analysis and look at the GDP of Canada, and I hope you know what I mean by GDP. Does everybody know what I mean by GDP? The gross domestic. Are we here? You're tired already? Yes. Now it's going to be a participatory class because these are entrepreneurs. So even though I'm a professor, I am in academics, but this is it's not academic work. So you might need to get your pen and paper. We're going to try to simplify whatever look complex because that's the only way we can understand it, because this is what we want to achieve. You from class to the market or to the business, be able to interpret whatever we are saying. Now be able to practicalize, implement whatever we are saying. So it's not something you want to go back, I'm going to give you material to score and read. No. Everything I'm going to discuss is something that you should be able to put to practice and see the need. All right. So I'm saying globally, worldwide, the greatest asset of every nation are the entrepreneurs, the business, small businesses. They contributed the greatest part to the GDP in terms of resource. I mean, when you talk about the income, the revenue, you talk about the human capital, human resource, they employ more. If you put all the employees together that are employed by small business entrepreneur, you find that they are bigger than whatever corporation you want to think of. And so when I say you are the mover and shaker of the economy, you may not understand, you may be like, oh, me, my small money. But it's truth. Its truth is that when you put all of that together, you can understand the complex, I mean, the bigness of your contribution to the GDP. So I need to lay that foundation. Okay, so I've been introduced, but I like to do this, and I've been doing this for like many years, and it's something that's a passion for me. I love to speak to small business entrepreneurs. That's my forte, and that's why my doctorate degree is in enterprise development. I selected that, I chose that. My first degree is in marketing. My master's degree is in business administration, but I specialize in marketing. So, what I love to do something with small businesses, and that's what I've been doing all my life. I've worked businesses that have no name, that they don't even know what name they want to call it. And we'll be able to work together, nurture it, and they've grown. And they're employing great people. So I love to do that. Yes, I know they don't pay much. The multinational pay me much, but I love to be part of the story. So today, I'm going to be introducing to an entrepreneur. I have written a few books. One of my books was as a result of my effort and work with small business, especially Youth Business International. I don't know, you heard about YBI before? Youth Business International. Okay, so one of the things they do is to support young people. And they have a branch in Canada, though I've not identified with them, but their global headquarters is in the UK. The Lord will work with business organizations like this to nurture youth people, entrepreneurs, and work with them. So I've worked with Faith Foundation at different levels, mentor, director, of course, and all that over the years. And they nominated me, in particular, in 2022 for global contest of the global mentor. So I competed in Nigeria, competed in Africa, the intercontinental from different nations, and then I was privileged to merge. It's as a result of what I've been doing, mentoring and work with small businesses. And I still do it, and I love to do it. So my coming here today, when she shared with me, I said, oh, I love to work with people here. And I want to do this because I want to see your business in few years mentioned, controlling the resources and can employ people. And so that is why I'm here, essentially. And I want to request that let's do this journey together. It's going to be practical. I will tell stories, and then I will share some insights. I will share my own experience. I've established few businesses. Some have failed, and some are working. Some have worked, and I'm still working towards having more. So, and I'm going to be a bit practical. Our environment here, some of us from back home, our experience and our environment, what distinguishes the two? What are the opportunities? But more importantly, who's an entrepreneur? So one of the book I wrote was because I work with people, and one of the person that asked for me, requested for me to consult for them, and the man came to me and said he retired from a big organization. He made a lot of money. He's over 60 years. When he retired, told me, "Hey, I want to start a business. What business can I do?" I said, "Let me tell you, there are limited business you can do. Your age, 60 years. You can't run around like any entrepreneur to run like a mad person right now. Now, the challenge you have is that you waited to make the money and to get to your retirement and want to go into business, to start a business. And that's the challenge. Yeah, there's nothing saying you cannot start business at that age. But there are a number of business you can start because why? You don't have the energy, you have the resources. So then if you do not know able to manage your financial resources very well, you find that some people will take it away, and then you're like, hey, where do I start all over again? And I know the story. Tim Martin started, what do we call it? The man started at 14 years. But we like to say this, the good part of it, but we will not tell us the part that are not so sweet. So what am I saying in essence? For you to be an entrepreneur, you really must be one. Now, one of my book was transiting from employment to entrepreneur, and I call it Take the Leap. Take the Leap was that book. That book was written dedicated to my mom. When she died, I wanted to do a book to tell a little bit of her story. And I realized that one of the things she did was part of way of transiting from employment. Some of us are in employment here. Who's in employment? Everybody in Canada, we have to be in employment. And then you have to have business. So when she died, and I was looking at the story I can tell, and I know at a point, one of the way you transit is when you, especially for women, is when you get married. So situation might require that you are unable to work full time, and you don't want to stay at home just being like that, so you want to start a business. So through marriage, sometimes, as a result of one, you're going to relocate from wherever you are. So maybe you have to go to your husband's house now. Then you're going to relocate. Then you might be limited with some situation because of family, because of new environment. And then so she did that. And then she started working. And at a point, she can't work because the burden of the family is trying to grow the children. And then she has to start a business. And that business ended up making her to build about 10 houses before she died. So, and she empowered a lot of people. So I said, that story people must know. And I'm talking about somebody that died at the age of 89 years old. So you can understand in their days. And I know there are a lot of people like that. Now, so yes, they went to school, but they may not be as fantastic getting to PhD, getting the master's, but they went to school. Okay, one of our shortfall really, it was because she didn't even advance her education much more. So when she was presented an opportunity by somebody that she met to know, you may know the name Okoya family. When Okoya started Eleganza, offer her to be a partner, but she was afraid. So she said no. All right, and there's another factory that the man from, she buy their product and said, okay, can you start the factory in Nigeria? She said no. And I don't understand. I said, because of her level of education, she can't imagine herself taking that huge risk. All right, so, but don't worry, let me not talk about the book before you buy it. So what am I saying? Entrepreneur really, it's not just about, hey, I think I don't like my job, I don't like my boss again. Oh, I think I don't have a work, so maybe I can just go into business. Oh, my uncle, he's a commissioner, he's a minister. Oh, he said, oh, can you do any business? We have some supply, can you do it? And then some people start business like that, and they say, hey, I say I'm an entrepreneur. Yes, it could happen. But the truth is that it won't last. So the process of designing, launching, running a new business, often with financial risk to solve problem or meet market needs. So what am I going to put out here? Solve problem. Any business or any business idea that is not solving problem is just like one of those things for time. If you are from Nigeria, can I see anyone from Nigeria? You are from where? Okay. Haiti, right? Haiti. In Haiti, you have people that sell products or do business as seasons. Maybe there's a festival period that's known to everybody. That's when they do certain business. Another festival, they do another business. So those people call themselves entrepreneurs. Yes, good. But there's no consistency because they do things based on season. Yes. So when the season is not there, they do another business. Yeah, you might say they are solving problem. Remember I said, you have an uncle that say, what have you been doing? You don't have a work. Okay, I can give you some $10,000. Can you start something? Say, okay, uncle, I can start a business with that. Now, you start a business. You say, okay, this water now is one moving. It's a fast-moving goods. And then you start it. So you start it because they said, because you believe people are selling it and people seem to be making money. Your business idea must be as a result of the fact that you saw a problem and you are willing to solve it. So mention the greatest entrepreneurs you know in the world. Let me ask, which one do you know? Any entrepreneur? Excuse me, sister? Any entrepreneur that you know? Anyone? Just someone mention. Okay, what you are thinking? Anyone? Yeah, what you are thinking? Bill Gates. What problem is Bill Gates solving? Computer needs. Yeah. But more important, is it sometimes we think Bill Gates is solving computer needs, but it's actually solving software. Okay, maybe computer related needs. Okay, let's put that. Yeah. What problem? Any entrepreneur?
Your Okoyas.
Okoyas. What problem are they solving?
There was not this thing they call Eleganza cooler because Shade was my classmate in school then. Eleganza coolers like coolers that keep food hot for longer time.
So they try to sell a solution to preservation somehow. So you can preserve your food to get it more kept hot for a longer period, or ice your ice to get it more cold for a longer period. So there must be a problem you want to solve. What problem am I solving? I try to solve the problem of education, knowledge, helping people to be able to achieve their goals. So your business idea must be seen from the angle of problem solving. There are people that do business that they are not solving problems. And then that's why many years or after a long time, you find out that where is this business? Where is this person? Because the business are not built on problem solving. And that's why you see Coca-Cola over 100 years business, and like, what is happening? They are solving a problem. So as an entrepreneur, the first thing that usually we used to define you is problem solver, a solution provider. So as we are here now, you look at, and when there are people, that's when you see problem. When you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600, 1 million people, then you're like, oh, I've been coming here, I'll be here in the next, I believe in this environment. Now you just take a stroll. So what is the problem that exists around here? You don't just wake up and say, you know what? I have a passion for hairdo. I have good craft in hairdo. And everybody living around their bad head and like, you want to do, yeah. I say, I must do that business. To who? Solve what problem? Or if 100 people are already doing it, I say, you know what? They are making money. I think I want to do it. So, yeah, you want to solve a problem too, but then that will be a problem. You create more problem in the midst of trying to solve problem. So, key point here, say, an entrepreneur, we innovate. Now, does it mean we don't keep our food warm before now? Some of us grow with the old women, the old grandmas. You see them the way they will preserve food for daddy and mommies, or their daddies, their husband in those days. They wrap it in clothes, right? And the food will get warm, right? Well, any guys look at, oh, okay, so yeah, this is good. That's what's doing. But now we maybe a little bit innovation. What? Okay, we get there, but let me ask, what changed Eleganza, or why did they stop? Did they still make coolers?
Yeah.
They still make coolers?
Yes.
But not like before?
But not like before.
They lost the business? Yeah. They lost the business because they could not innovate at some point. Why? Many of us know, even globally, we know Nokia phone to be a fantastic phone. But along the line, they lost it because they could not innovate. So an entrepreneur is someone that innovates. And the second greatest thing that would define any entrepreneur is risk-taking. The magnitude of risk, the magnitude of problem you can solve or you are willing to solve is also going to be the magnitude of money you can make. So that's why you had that story when the Apple guy was starting or Bill Gates himself, and Facebook guy. They started with some friend like, let's do this together. Some of them like, wait, no, because they are not able to take risk. So today, if I say, you know what, we want to buy this building, say, what's wrong with this guy? Say, are you willing to go with me? Let's buy this building. Like, that's huge risk. The truth is that if we are able to muzzle the strength and we buy the building, at the end of the day, if you say we made like 50% on our investment, the more risk you can take, the more return, profit, the more you can make. But what defines an entrepreneur? You must be willing to take risk. If you are not ready to take risk, then you are not an entrepreneur. Like I always say, there are entrepreneurs but not everybody in business are entrepreneurs. Now, we're talking about entrepreneur before we even talk about the business of an entrepreneur. So, who is an entrepreneur? A risk taker. A risk taker. Someone that's ready to, an innovative person. Problem solving, yeah. Mindset value creation. Problem social impact. As we are sitting here, I can say, oh, I have purely women here. So what problem can I solve for women? What women like? I can look at it. You want to see? Oh, sure. You will get the slide, I believe. You can take a picture. You are like, oh, what problem? What problem? You can look at it from the angle of personal life, family life, social life. You're just trying to crack and like, what problem can I solve based on the people here? They are from this particular culture. You can look at it and then you generate a business before you know it. So if you can define yourself, if I ask you now these 4 items, how many of it do you possess? Let's start with you. How many of these you think you can say, oh, successfully I can say I have? Which of these do you say, I think I got it.
Then I can take a mindset,
Mm-hmm.
value creation,
And which one again?
and risk taking.
Risk taking. Sorry.
Almost everything, because I've been running my business for the past 12 years.
And think you have been able to surmount or exhibit all of this character. Okay.
I'll say problem solving and risk taking.
Okay.
Problem solving, risk taking. I think most of them as well. They don't come without challenges, of course, but I think I could attack. But no, but my biggest challenge would probably be the profit and the social
Impact.
Profit is the biggest challenge that I have.
Okay.
For me, it's the mindset value creation. I think the rest just comes after, because you can have a mindset, something you can dream big, but then taking action is what takes a lot.
So you think you are big on mindset creation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Don't worry. By the time we're done, I think you should be able to harness every. Now, this is not the yardstick yet. This just speaks to the fact that you need to know that for you to be an entrepreneur, you need to have this as part of you. Next slide. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that's good. Before we go further, take it back to last slide. Yeah. So let's do this. I think we need to know ourselves the more, right? Because you never can tell. I've got a class that I've asked my participants to introduce themselves, and it happens that in the class they saw a particular business that is looking for a particular business, and then they like, wow, so you do this? I've been looking for this, and then business solved. So, but more importantly, you're going to be together for the next 6 months, and again, the place of collaboration and partnership cannot be overemphasized. So let's see. Let's get to know you. Let's know, your name, your business, how long have you been doing that business, or if you're not started, this for the line of business you intend to go into. Let's just do that for a quick one, and then we can get going to the class. And then, can you get like a sheet? Can you get me like a full sheet, or yeah, I think about for each of them, if like a plain sheet. Oh, a plain sheet, and then you can fold your name. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm a teacher, so I know I need to do that. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we have many teachers in class. Yeah, let's start from you. Your name, your business name, how long you've been doing your business, your sector, or what you intend to do, the business idea you intend to float, all that. So quickly.
My name is Sapphire, and I recently just finished school at computer science. And because I didn't apply to graduate school, I wanted to start my business, because I know nowadays it's actually so hard to get a job. So I figured, I was like, you know what, what's actually missing in our community is the mental and physical health. So I want to combine what I learned, and also because I'm into sports, together. So I started a basketball drop-in every Wednesday. Like, I literally just started at May 14th. So I was thinking maybe I should start off with basketball drop-in and then move on to physical and well-being. So it implements like mental health workshops, Because at first I want to collect the women together, get to know each other, and then after that, I can implement workshop.
Okay.
My name is Sarah, and my business name is Men of Thrive Wellness.
Meno?
Men of Thrive Wellness.
Okay.
So it's a program for Black diverse women that's going through the menopause journey, because I realized that there is a concept of education, the lack of support that Black women have during those journeys. But there's going to be also a holistic approach, which is looking at nutrition, fitness of the body, and as well as understanding the stages of menopause.
Okay. Next person.
My name is Fonsu. My business name is Veggies Basket. So I sell more healthy options snacks. So the things I sell are things people who want to be watching their weight. Then I add other edibles.
Yeah. Next person.
My name is Vera Shoeki. My business name is Tutus Afrimats. I sell African food items that you not regularly find in normal African stores.
Mhm.
And I also intend to venture into technology as well because I work in the IT sector as well, and I intend to start some apps.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
I've not started yet, and I've been doing this for like a year plus.
Okay.
My name is Zoinlola Olabibu, and I'm the creative director of Grace World. I started the business back home. I make ashoke for brides for traditional weddings. I sell ready to wear, both in wholesale to retailers. We also do customized T-shirts with rings, with stones. And back home, I've been running it for like 12 years before I moved down to Canada. Here, I've been doing it for like 2 years. Yeah, so I still prefer it back home to this place, but I'm still trying to navigate myself. It's a bit stressful, and division of labor is not that there for me. Yeah, I cannot really, not like it's not there, but I cannot really afford it. So that by the time I put in the labor work and everything, it will be too expensive. So I prefer to do it back home and bring it here. So I sell ready to wear, all kind of, if you want to do anything and you're looking for a traditional and African clothes to work to an event, I'm the right club.
Yeah, you can do your marketing, right? Next person. You have customers already. I can tell you all the women here, they will buy from you. You are solving problem. Oh, see, don't take order yet. Let's go.
My name is Joyful. CEO of Joyful Kids and Event Management right from Nigeria. But coming down to Canada, I'm into foods, joyful foods and rental services. My husband is hospitality and event management. That's what I do. And I do rentals of anything for events.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So we are great and fantastic businesses and business ideas. And I can tell you there's none of the business that cannot thrive. Of course, a new terrain, new environment requires some different approach. And I'm hoping by the time you finish this course, this program, you'll be able to get a good number of, good information, knowledge to be able to pivot and scale your business ideas and what have you. So let's go to the next slide. All right. You know my name and you know what I do. I talk to make living. Right. So then what are the pros and cons of being an entrepreneur? All right. So the freedom I have here is not the kind of freedom you might think of. Like I will ask people, 8 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 6. I think I'm tired. I want to start my home. But I say, yeah, it's good. But if the motive is that you will have enough time for yourself and be able to rest, then you are deceiving yourself. But if the motive is that, look, I'll be able to take charge of some stuff and get more results, perhaps you might get what you want. And I'll tell you why, and I kid you not. When you are in employment, even though there are a lot of demand and requests and things you do, but the truth is that those things are paid for, right? So you feel like, okay, even though it's stressful, it's being paid for. But when you are in a business and you don't do them, nobody pays for it. So I realized that when I started my business, yes, I've intentionally learned that route, develop myself along that path. So it's not going to be different for me. I wake up like early morning, 5 a.m., and I do what I need to do. I sleep late night, 12 midnight, because I still want to get certain things done. So I'm used to it. So it's not going to be too strange for me. Like when I start my business, and I have to pay those prices. But a lot of people don't know. They think, oh, I'm going to have my time. I don't have my time. Because the business, when you work, everybody does different things, right? Some people do other thinking for you, for the business. You do your own part. But right now, you are the owner. Even when your business grows, and I can tell you for free, okay, Bill Gates is no longer in charge of the business. But people like Elon Musk is doing stuff for the United States, right? He still has his business. And I can ask you, how many hours do you think he will sleep? Okay, let's even take somebody from Africa, Aliko Dangote. How many times do you think he sleeps? I mean, he can buy anything you want to buy, right? He can probably buy some nations. But do you think he's just like, look away and say, I'm going to sleep? And those are entrepreneurs. All right? But the truth is that you can have all that you want to get. You can control your time. You can rest. But much more, a lot still depend on you. All right? So the freedom and flexibility can come. I mean, before now, anyway, the early stage of your business, you have to resume early. But maybe at some point when you have structure, you have some things, and then you are not resuming early, not because you are not doing something. Even you have resumed from home. Because you are going to do some stuff, attend to some stuff maybe from home before you go to your physical office, if you have to still go to your physical office. But a little bit of flexibility. Maybe you can attend your Owambe, your parties, your events. You may be able to squeeze out time. Unlike when you are in employment, you can't really squeeze out time too much. But maybe right now, so some flexibility are there, but the truth is that it's not absolute. Unlimited any potential, yeah, possibly. You can, as an entrepreneur, you can earn as much as you can. You can get a lot of opportunity. You can double the salary you have earned over the years as an entrepreneur, but you must pay the price too. The impact on community, your impact are enormous. You create job, you create employment, you impact your social impact. You're able to do some, community support, some giveaway. As an entrepreneur, you can do that. Become a philanthropist. It's possible. The other side of it is that your financial instability. Yeah, and this is because there's always that yearning, the interest to invest more in the business, grow the business, and then the economy too. Sometimes government policy, sometimes economical challenges. During COVID, how many number of businesses that died. That's some business that also came up, that also rise. That new initiatives. All right, so sometimes you're like, oh, you have this fund. You want to juggle between the fact that you want to spend it for your personal self and you want to invest in your business. And some other time you put all your own investment, personal fund into business, and then you look like this is not working. So there could be some financial instability. Every fund that seems to be a loose fund, you want to pour it somewhere, pour into the business, get something done. So, and some people ask you, oh, I said, I don't have money. Right now, I don't have money. But you don't have money does not mean you are poor. Just because you have tied almost all your resources into investment. That by the time they germinate, people are like, oh, where is she getting the money from? But you are paying the price. So that could be some situation like that. High stress and responsibility, that's the truth. You start your business, nobody cares. I tell my staff, I think I'm working for you. As an entrepreneur, I think I'm doing more than those of you that have been paid. And that's one. But when I was in employment, that's what we call entrepreneur and entrepreneur. So, does anybody has had that before? Can anybody help us with that? Entrepreneur. You can write it. Entrepreneur. We're talking about entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is someone who does not own the business, who does not own the idea, but is as effective, as committed as the entrepreneur. People like that, you see them bringing their own idea to the entrepreneur idea to make it superb, to get better results. But they're not. But if you walk around and say, "Is it your father's business?" Before, those are kind of people. Like they work like, "Is it your what amount are they even paying you? Is it your father's business? Is it your prayer business? You want to kill yourself there?" Those are kind of people that we call entrepreneur. So people like that when transit into entrepreneur is not too much a problem because they're already doing what they would do in their own business in other people's business. And people like that, they may not even start their own business. And they will still make it and they'll be fantastic. And there are people like that exist. You won't even know who owns the business because their level of commitment to the business, like what? Okay, so, but there are not too many in every organization, even as an employee. There are not too many. So the one you see is the one that felt like, look, I'm going to do what I want to do. Pay me at the end of the month. But here, we pay weekly or bi-weekly. Yeah, so they're careless. All right. So because of that, and because they will not do what they're supposed to do, so all the stress comes back to you as the owner. Personally, my early days in my business was tough because I'm also in the knowledge space, and this problem we are solving is because the organization we are working for will not be able to solve it. They pass it to us, and we have to solve it. And I realized as much as I train my staff, they're careless. It's still your headache. And then you have to deliver, so you have to work. So until the business was able to grow, stabilize some level, and then be able to devise some strategy and models to use that could have space. But I make sure that I do my business to the point that if I have to work back, the people that own the responsibility can do it. I probably can do 10 things, but I can only get 10 people to do each of those things. So that stress falls on you. So there's no entrepreneur that will never experience that kind of stress. But what usually will bail you out eventually, which we will get to maybe long run or in subsequent discussion, will be you are not be able to put in structures, you'll be able to standardize your operation. But it's not always like that at the early stages. She said she's lamenting she doesn't have that kind of resources that could, in this environment, or she cannot afford it. And now what I know in Canada is most of it you engage like consultant because you may not be able to afford them. And the consultants here are very expensive when you engage them. So that's going to come. So let's move on to the next slide. So the trait of successful entrepreneur. We have resilience, adaptability, the vision, passion, and financial literacy. Let's take it one after the other. Oprah Winfrey, you know him. Or you know her rather. You know Oprah Winfrey, she was fired before she owned her own business. Now remember I said to you, again, not every businesses or organization you work with that you eventually have to start your own. Some you're just going to start something completely different. But of course, yes, you have to go through those fire. Because the truth is that some people will also not start until they are fired. And then when you realize that, oh, I got this in me. You don't realize your potentials. Some people may get to that point. I mean, they may not be able to get to that point on the experience certain challenges. So, but there must something that you must find yourself. You must be able to have that nature, that trait of being resilient. Because there will be different things that will jump at you. There will be so many things that will push you, that will press you. But you need to. The truth is that for every entrepreneur you have known. I mean, I had one day a Dangote saying that, look, they frustrated me, and I'm even thinking of selling. That is, just take it over. And then you got to a point that, look, the other business I've told our board said we are not even interested again because it felt like I'm trying to solve problems, but people are frustrating me. I'm not even doing it again. Not because it's not going to make money, but I just felt like this is too much. So you need to get to that point. You're going to get to that point. In every business, you're going to see that, like, I think at this point, I don't want to do it again. And that time, you go look for your certificate, like, I'm dusting my resume. I want to go look for employment. What I do to myself as a person is I'll tell my staff, no, I don't tell them. I'll just apply for a job. I say, I want to know what's happening in the market. I will apply and they will invite me for interview and I will get there and I'll answer the question and say, when we get salary, I mention salary, I say, that's our MD salary. I say, can you pay me? And then because I know I don't need the job. Right? So they're not going to pay me and I'm going to walk away. I'm like, okay, I think I'm still good. I'm still good for the market. All right. So you need to understand those situations are going to come. But you must be ready. You must be ready. Because, like I always say, and let me jump at that tab. Let me quickly come to vision. Apple disruptive innovation. And the vision, let me say, what is vision really? How do you define vision? Anybody want to help us? How do you define vision? What is vision to you? How do you explain? Yeah.
Foresight, being able to see ahead into the future.
Yeah, foresight, seeing ahead. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. An idea. Yeah.
Aim and objective.
Yeah, aim and
Why you're
objective.
setting the business.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing. I think a vision is something that inspires you, but not only inspires you, it also help you look at some of the challenges of the areas. So it's not just having a vision. It's like, as you were saying, it's not like, oh, I'm going to do this, but then also to, yeah, I want to do this, but what do I need to do for me to be able to get that? So
Yeah.
to be able
Awesome.
to have that vision.
Awesome.
I would say vision is like the big picture. When you close your eyes, what, how would you describe it, like your business and where do you want to be?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. Everybody's able to bring a point. But let me say it. I'll bring everything you have said together. I always define vision as the picture of the desirable future. Vision is the picture of a desirable future. Now, because if the desirability is missing, it's just a picture. But this is where I am. Oh, I want to be in a house. I wake up and then from my bed, you just take me down to the kitchen and just, that's kind of, you paint a picture of it, how you want to look like.
And just, as you were saying that, it kind of reminds me of, when you go on a job interview,
Yeah.
they always ask you when you see yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's to inspire to see whether the person will see themselves from here to there.
Yeah, exactly. So vision is a picture of the desirable future. All right. So your vision for as a business person is a picture of where you want to see your business. You want to see your business, a branch in the Waterloo, a branch in the Hamilton, a branch in the Brampton, a branch in Mississauga, a branch in down Toronto, New York. That's the vision. That's the picture. You know what? When you look at the picture, when you define the picture, can I get the board, please? When you get the vision, right, you then walk back from the vision to the starting point. That's actually the best way you can get the perfect result. So, if you are a Christian, in the Bible they said, write the vision, make it what? Plain, so that everybody can see it. A vision that you cannot clearly state, establish, is delusional. It's not vision. So you must be able to tell me what your vision is. Say, no, I know my vision. I know it. I can see my vision, but you don't understand. One that cannot understand, it cannot be plain. That is why you see an organization, they write it on the wall. This is a vision, mission, core value. You must write it. You must be able to sing your vision as an owner of the business. Our vision is that we want to buy 10 houses here, buy 2 houses here, buy 1 here in the next 2-3 years. Because there must be timeline, there must be definition. Otherwise, our vision is that we just want to do business, make money. I'm telling you. Do you think the owners of Austin Bay, will say one day we have to close 10 shops in Canada? No. But they know there will be disruption sometimes. They know there will be a problem along the line. It's part of the vision. And it's the vision that will eventually give you the provision where your profitability will come. So I tell people, the first thing as an owner is that you must have a clear vision. Because why? The days of the challenges and difficulty, what keeps you going? Where your resilience comes is because, no, I have a clear vision. I have a clear idea. I know what we want to do. I know where we are going. More so, if you don't have a clear vision, you cannot lead your team. That is why you need to make sure that they see it. One of the things I do every time we have staff meetings, like, this is our vision. Everybody must know it. So that nobody say, hey, I don't even know where this company is going. No, we know where it's going. We have challenges, we have turbulence, we have difficulty, but we know where we're going. Because so before you speak, before you come up, you must does it align with the vision? Is that what we want to go? So it's important. So Steve Jobs, they look at it, the market, they look at, they need to come up with something highly innovate, something disruptive that can create some, situation in the market, and he did. Nokia, they only see that they are a telephone company ruling the world. They never have a clear vision that they should to know that for their vision to continue to be clear, there will be some turbulence, there will be some situation that will warrant them to innovate. So as an entrepreneur, is one of the things you must be able to define for your business. Now, let me say this. Your personal vision may not be as same as, in fact, it will not be the same as your business vision. Because you as a woman say, you know what, I want to, have a number of children, we want to travel, we want to do this, we want to do that. That's your personal vision. What is your business vision? So one thing I'm going to say is that usually create problem is that you are unable to differentiate between your personal vision and your business vision. A lot of people get to that point, but let's keep on going. So the adaptability Netflix provided, many of us here, maybe not many, I think I'm the youngest person here, but few of us are probably in the days when you have to go to cinema, the only way you can watch movies is to go to cinema. How many people live in those here? I don't live in those here. Okay, so this is a grandma here that live in those here. And then after that, you have to buy this cassettes. You know those big cassettes? You have to DVD cassette. You have to put it in the machine. If you have DVD, you don't have machine there. How are you going to watch it? If you have machine, you don't have DVD, then you can go to rent. At those days, you go rent DVD, right? And then we move from there to the what? CD. Then you have to have CD player. Today, they donate to you on your birthday. The CD say, "Are you okay? Do I look like Ancient of Days?" That's what we're going to tell them, right? So then we move from there, flash drive. Start copying things around. Even though flash drive is still relevant, but start copying things around. But today, you want to listen to or watch 100 million videos, just your phone, Spotify. Look at that generation. So you have a business, say, hey, this has been working. This is what I take spending my students at school. I'm not doing anything, but God help you. The next morning, you see somebody who push up beside you. And what are they even doing, safe? They are doing the innovated version of your own business. Before you know it, wish, mama for village, they don't come on, they chase me Richard. Now lie. It's because you have refused to innovate. That's why some of you that are Christian, especially, not go to church. In that lie. It's not the church problem. It is you. No, even not in Nigeria. Here in this country, if you have done your research, you find that people do things for 20 years, 30 years, they stay on the same level, even work. The reason why here, for those of you that come from other parts, especially Africa, that you carry big certificate come, they still want to give you small job, and they want high school grad, diploma students come and provide because they don't see reason for it. Because they are willing to stay on the job for 30 years and retire. And then their own problem is that when they can even buy one house. No, just one cottage house, they're okay. But yeah, you want to buy the house building. So you want to change many jobs, you want to get, so this is the lifestyle. That's what differentiates a lot of things about them. So I've been doing this bead business for 30 years. Bead business, how many people have you said to? And they're okay. They're okay. It is but sometimes I feel like I just go to an event, I'll dress, I say, I think I overdress. Sometimes I want to address that. Look, I'm underdressed. Which kind of confusion is this? Because they wear jeans when you now package yourself like they wear one jeans. Some even wear short knicker. Like I think guys, are you okay? This is an official event. You short knicker, and I'm like in suit. I'm like, whoa, what's wrong? But that is the lifestyle. Are you getting me? So when you say this is what I've been doing it over years, and then you see somebody starting the business, innovative version of your business. So that is why you must be flexible to adapt. Your business as an entrepreneur, it must be a part of you. The next one, let's go to passion. Now, Aliko Dangote, like I put here, passion made him to invest in a lot of things, solve more problems. But passion is not enough. You can start with passion. I have passion for making clothes. I have passion for this. You can do. But your passion must be able to scale to a great product. All right? to a great product, all right? The financial literacy. You see, I've seen people that own business. I told you about my mom. This is my mom. She made big money. God helped her, right? But when the opportunity come that she could have bought a whole factory or established a whole factory, probably will not be looking for a job. She declined. They said, Mama, you have the money. Even if you don't have the money, you have houses that you can use for your mortgage to get the money. Say, it's okay, thank God, we'll continue. I mean, I told you somebody built 10 houses before she died. Anywhere in the world, even any country in the world, you have 10 houses, you are good, right? But what I'm saying here, the more exposed, the more information you have, the more financial you are, the more you probably have made more money. And I probably would say, maybe she was even richer than Dangote in those days. But the fear of unable to take a higher risk and succumb to the financial literacy, like, look, I'm okay this way. I am satisfied. I'm contented. That's what she always tells us. But you cannot blame her. So, as a business person, one of the things that's very important is that you must submit yourself to the financial literacy. People that lost money was because they also compromise the standard or the place of a financial knowledge. Sometimes you have it, but you compromise. And like, why do people go for all this, what do you call it? All this scheme of, all this kind of game, money, MMM, all those something. Why? Because based on your knowledge, your financial knowledge, you know that it's not possible that I give you 10,000, you give me 1 million. But you say, I want to test it. And then you test it, they give you the money. I test it again. They give you the money. This is sweet, oh. The last time you did that was when they say, hey, everything is gone. You say, yay! Even here, most time you want to buy gas, they're like, say you want to pay any other thing, you want pool, like, what? I'm not used to it. I've never won, so I don't even try myself. But some people play it. But I know that by the time I collect money from all of you, after maybe 5 months, somebody will win. I told you this didn't work. Somebody will win. It may be my chance. And I'm sure some people are playing for like 10 years, they've never won. But they never back down. Because they see people that win. They see them. So once it's like that, based on your financial knowledge, you know that it's not normal. But you just feel like, let's try it. Now people are doing it and they are making money. Why don't you do your business? Focus on your business. Do what you know is legit. And if you sell one, you use the money from one to buy two, then you sell it, you make more money. Simple. All right? Let's go to next. So the entrepreneur mindset, fixed versus the growth mindset. So here, when you have a fixed mindset, then you will not see what are opportunities that exist. And that's what I've just described, that a lot of people around here. So I feel I'm not called out for this. Because you feel, look, so why should we not write? It's better to write. And you say I should use tab. I mean, I should be recording. Why? You can't place it why. And then you stuck with that. And then at the end of the day, everything you've written, something happened, fire, whatever, consume it. Like, ooh, I said, the other guy said, look, mine is saved in the cloud. I said, where is the cloud? Am I going to walk into the cloud? Some of those things look like crazy. But there are things, there are ideas that have come to help make the thing easy or more relaxed, more helpful for you. So as a business person, you must be looking at a better way. Oh, what is the better version? What will likely come? What will somebody likely do? So sometimes, I just feel I can go to the TV and I'll just touch it and I'll do that. And before I know it, years after, it's come back. So this is possible. So there's nothing impossible. There's written nothing impossible. That's the attitude you must exhibit towards your business. The growth, the failure to teach me how to improve. Now, there are information everywhere. This thing I'm saying are online. When you seek knowledge, when you seek information, as a business person, you must always think one ahead. I said to my staff, like, if my staff comes to me and say, you know what, sir? I think this business should do. And I said, that day I will just say, take, you're not the MD. Because there's nothing wrong that the employee can be good and great. But if the moment they are the one that give me the best of the idea all of the time, then what am I doing? I'm just sitting down. Then I should get out and allow them money to make more money. And I must tell you honestly speaking, that's one of the challenges we have with entrepreneurs, especially from Africa. When we are unable to improve ourselves, develop ourselves, we keep the business at our level. No business will grow really beyond your knowledge or capacity. You get to a point as a business and entrepreneur, and you do not have some financial skill, and you are forcing yourself to do those accounts, you will mess up the business. Because you will be thinking you are getting a good result report, but you are deceiving until you get somebody that's expertise. And that's where you begin to build structure. And then you get to some point that like, look like you are not fast. So that's why a lot of people will not go for further knowledge, training. They are the owner of the business, but they have to continue to improve their capacity. Are you getting me? So you need that, because growth, business is just like normal human being. You give back to them, and then you see your child right before you try to walk, and they walk, and they're like I'll tell myself, I say, you know what, I'll grow you are still my boy. The guys told her, I said, you are still my boy, even if you are 50 years old. That is my belief, but the truth is that this guy has gone. So the only way, even if he's taller than me, the only way I can still be able to manage him or influence him will be completely different. It's not about saying, look, I'm your dad. There must be something that I have to think about, like, how else can I inspire this guy that will make you to see submit and respect me? But like, you are grown and you are careless about, live your life. Yes, they live their life, but they will not be the one controlling you at some point, because they don't see any influence, anything interesting about. And that's same thing about your business. Your business grow to a point that you have not developed yourself, you will not be able to control that business again. In fact, if care is not taken, people will buy. Okay, so let's take a First Bank in Nigeria, for example. The business has been there for over the years. Some people are buying the shares gradually. Before you know, they just announced the new chairman. I'm like, what? He bought the shares. Nobody see it coming. Some of them buy the share through proxy. You have, I'm a stockbroker and I used to work in the capital market. And then one day, one man invited me to his house. Some big rich man. He used to be a pilot in the US, but he cannot fly. I think he can't even walk well. And he invited me before I drove, like you driving those very big compounders. I drove from the gate like another 5 minutes, 10 minutes to get to the apartment. I only got there and said, look, guy, I want to buy like this 100 million units of this company shares. How can I achieve it? I begin to think. I begin to say, okay, how many children do you have? I have 5. How many grandchildren? Each of them how many? How many family? Give me 100 names that are from your lineage, your grandchildren. Because we cannot buy it alone in your name. So we have to buy like 10,000 each of those names to achieve 100. That's how to steal. Yeah? I just taught you. But that's how they buy your share. When your business succeed, you say, hey, I'm buying 10. You don't know they are their family. You don't even know their account, and then one day they will just merge everything and give it to you. Say, I'm now your business. Say, how can you be owner? They've merged it. So, but that's when your business is successful anyway. So you need to learn more, to expose yourself as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, for information. So we're going to do this. Let's go to the next one. We're going to do some activity very shortly, but let's do this. So how do you then identify business opportunity? I mentioned some, but let's look at this. And I said earlier, one of the greatest way to come up with a business idea, get a business idea, is look at problem you want to solve. Problems are being solved every day. Many organizations solve it, but there's always problem. And then let me say this to you. Do you know Coca-Cola, when they move from this size of bottle, let's say this size of bottle, to this size of bottle, do you know there are different products? When they move from this small size of bottle to this size of bottle, do you know there are different products? And do you know they are solving different problems? But you say, oh, it's the same. Of course, it's the same Coca-Cola. But what has happened is that the audience are likely different. Some people want more. They feel like this is too small, so they give them the big one. Some people don't want. They're okay. They buy this one. Some people buy this one because they want a bigger one, bigger size. So in marketing, we call it new product. Yes, a product modification we call it, but the truth is that is why you see them come up with another round of advert, like they just launched a new product, because it's actually a new product. Otherwise, when you see it, they say, hey, fake, you will call it fake. But for you not to call it fake, they have to do Do you know budget of Coca-Cola advert in a year? Google it. It's more than some of our country's annual budgets. Coca-Cola. Do you have a story of Coca-Cola drink? Soda? No soda Coca-Cola drink? Can we get one here? All right, that's a Pepsi here. The competing brand for Pepsi, right? So that's how massive your business is going to look like, and that's how the ideas, the problem you want to solve. So suppose before we have Uber, there have been cabs, taxis. What differentiates cabs, Uber from the regular taxis? Innovation. And what they do, they deploy what? Technology. So what that means is that every of your business idea can get into technology. You can adapt technology. That's where we call the word adaptability. Once you adapt technology, your business becomes different. That's an innovation. And there's no business really. I have to submit, and I have to agree with this, that there's no business that cannot innovate technologically. There's none. It may take a little while process, but there's none really. And that is why the fear of the robot, the fear of when, like, they say, oh, they're going to take over our job. Yes, they will not. It will never happen 100%. More importantly, even the robots are based on machine language, which I want to achieve something. I want to move from here to here, say, and I create something that can move me from here to here. So we see the woman may still have to be the one, doing it. But rather than right now, we are here now. We want everybody to be served. We can engage robots. I like to go to August 8 so that robots can serve me sometimes. All right. So let's look at the next one. Trend spotting, Shopify, e-commerce. Now, before now, when we define the P's in marketing, we say one of them is place. When you define market, you say market is where everybody come to buy. No, market is everywhere now. So she already started selling. Is that a market? Is it a shop? And I know a lot of you will go back to meet her and say, show me that thing the other time. She starts selling. So your place, your market is not limited. That's why you also have e-commerce. These days, you just sit in the corner of your room and then you just post your products and people start ordering, and then you give it to courier, and then sometimes you give it to Uber. You can see how those chain of business grow. So you must be able to leverage all those opportunities. So you can start a business in the middle of this and say e-commerce business, and there are a lot of them. A lot of e-commerce business are there, and they're making more money than even you that produce physical products, because they try to simplify your what we call your logistics. They try to simplify the movement of your product, and they make more money. So you can look at that. That's why I said that you can look at existing businesses and look at what are the opportunities that still there they can solve. Most of the products you see are a result of what they brought out of the existing businesses. So sometimes you say there's nothing really new under the hat. It's possible. But what has happened is that there are a lot of innovativeness, a lot of innovation, a lot of new thinking, new ideas that are coming up based on the existing things. So you can even look at a business that has been there forever and we can scale up this business. And then you'll be surprised that it's going to work. So passion plus skill. The Afro-Caribbean bakery, I'm going to share some case study with us after now, and then we'll see it. Can we have 5 minutes for people to walk around?
Okay.
Medical break. Yeah, medical break, take water, walk around, stretch, use the washroom, and I can grab some water too.